We continue our series checking in with mayors from around the Lowcountry to see what's happening in your neck of the woods. This week, we are happy to welcome Tim Goodwin, mayor for the city of Folly Beach. How are you doing today?
Good.
Great to have you.
Thank you.
So how are things going on the edge of America?
Busy as they always are in the summertime.
Yeah, indeed. And a very desirable place to live as well. And I know that City Council has their hands full with the ordinances regarding building big apartments and things of that nature. So I want to talk about that in just a little bit, but maybe you could just share with our viewers what Folly Beach has experienced thus far this year. What are plans for next year?
Well, thus far this year, it's been like pre-COVID times, busy as usual, and hopefully we will escape any storms this year for the whole Charleston area. And thank you very much. And look forward to continuing having tourists and visitors all year long, which is getting to be more and more. We'll have a lull between Labor Day and Thanksgiving, and then it'll pick up, and then it'll have a lull for a week or so, and then it'll be around Christmas, New Year's time, and be back busy as visible.
You got to get there for the flip-flop drop.
Oh, absolutely.
So are you planning on having that this year?
Oh yeah, last year was first time everybody back together.
Yes.
So it was unique.
What is it about Folly Beach today that is such a draw for tourists and visitors?
Well, one thing that's a draw for tourists is we're easily accessible. We have a lot of public parking, a lot of public access to the beach.
Of course, you have to give yourself a little extra time, though. There is a bit of traffic when the weather's pretty nice.
We've gotten traffic down to probably about a 20-minute wait on average if you're stuck at the Harris Teeter, which is the first stoplight out.
Right.
But the Berkeley, Charleston, Dorchester COG, Council of Governments, has a really nice Beach Reach app that you can put on your phone, and it shows you traffic cameras to all three beaches, Folly Beach, Isle of Palms, and Sullivan's Island. So you can get there and see where the traffic is and about what the wait's going to be. Plus it has some other things that you can click on to get to rules and regulations and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's good. There are some changes coming to parking. So maybe you could tell our viewers briefly just how parking is changing for beachgoers.
Well, our parking is not changing a whole lot. On Center Street was the biggest change in parking, and that was to accommodate the businesses. And then what that is still free parking, but it's a 2-hour limit. So people don't just pull up there and park on Center Street in front of the businesses and leave and go to the beach all day. It kind of gives them a chance to rotate their customers, and their customers have a place to rotate in and out of parking. That was the biggest change so far.
I see. Well, Folly Beach, not only a destination for visitors, but also loved by business owners. A lot of restaurants that we see downtown and other places across the Lowcountry, they like to make their home in Folly Beach as well, including citizens who enjoy living there. But there's just so much space. There's a lot of demand to live in Folly Beach, but what is City Council doing right now? I understand that there's an ordinance to stop the building of large complexes. So do you foresee this to get passed? And
hopefully it will, but that ordinance is just basically in the commercial area, and it's multifamily housing that was allowed one time in the commercial area, and it took a boom, and unfortunately those houses are not for residents, they're for visitors, so they're for tourists, or so that's what they're looking at now. It's just the commercial area, not overbuilding that. Trying to keep it a quaint shopping experience and an experience for everybody. I mean, Center Street, you look at pictures from the 40s and 50s to today, it's changed some, but not a whole lot. I mean, most of those buildings along Center Street have been there for that period of time in one capacity or another. What's a restaurant today might have been a gas station in the 50s, but the buildings were still there. So we're trying to keep it that way.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people appreciate that as well, because you want to experience something that is more intimate instead of it growing just beyond control. Speaking of building things, though, how's the pier coming along?
It's moving right along, thanks to good weather and good contractors. surprisingly how much it changes from week to week. If you
Sure.
walk out there today and look at it and wait 2 or 3 days and walk out and look at it, you can really see the change.
Are we on schedule to see it done by
next year? As far as I know,
year?
they're still on schedule.
All right, by next year. Around what time next year?
Spring of 23 was there.
It'll be here before we know it.
That's you're right about that.
Well, that's wonderful. Mayor Goodwin, I want to thank you so much for sharing your story with us and for coming on and sharing with our audience all about Folly Beach.
Well, thank you very
Gotta get
much
out
for
there.
having us.
Thank you. We're back after this.